Johnson, from Augusta, for Augusta.
When you download the 1226 First Alert weather app, you've got access to the best local and most trusted weather team just a click away. Live radar, First Alert forecast, and more. Whether your skies are sunny or severe, you'll be ready with the free 1226 First Alert weather app.
Closed captioning for News 12 is brought to you by Kenneth Nugent.
From the station that's on your side, News 12, First at 5, continues.
It is dangerously hot outside, so hopefully your AC is A-OK and you have no problems beating the heat.
And with school out for summertime, camps are in session. We're going to look at how they're packed this year and how costs are impacting them for a lot of families. But first up, triple digits this week, so make sure you're grabbing some.
As far as storm chances go, they're looking pretty limited into tomorrow. We'll have an update there in just about 10 minutes.
Well, it's summer camp season and things feel like before the COVID pandemic hit. Those camps around the CSRA are full, leaving some parents scrambling to find something open.
But like everything else, even camps are being hit by inflation. Our Wrdw breaking down the costs for us. We did speak with local camps around the CSRA as we look for Will. All of them say, though, that their camps are bursting at the seams. The Family Y of the Greater Augusta says that they're seeing more kids now than even before COVID.
So it feels like things are back to normal at summer camps all across the area. Kids running around, enjoying their time out of school. The Family Y of Greater Augusta says they've had so many people coming back this year. They've had to open up the Riverfront Y location so they can serve even more families.
Staffing issues, they say, are continuing to plague them, though. They're having to pull from other departments and locations just to keep up with this wave of kids.
We're here to help better serve our community, meet the needs of our members, and the fact that we can be at full capacity to help serve our community and get the kids into a fun and safe environment. That's what the Y is here for. That's what we're doing.
The Family Y says they've added a few new programs this year to help under-resourced families.
They're also working on closing the learning loss gap. We're breaking that down for you ahead on News 12 at 6 o'clock, but it seems like they're more popular than ever before.
Yes, and it's good to have things back to normal, but we're also dealing with the growing pains of having things back to normal. Congress getting ready to take action on guns that might have enough support to pass. The most sweeping gun control laws in 30 years, what we're talking here. As Skylar Henry reports, it happens after large-scale marches over the weekend.
With a bipartisan agreement in place, Senate lawmakers will now begin drafting new legislation on gun safety, with many hoping it can get done before the July recess.
We are in the process of becoming unstuck on an issue that has weighed Congress down for 30 straight years.
The agreement in principle would include financial support for states to create or administer red flag laws to temporarily remove guns from individuals deemed to be a threat, expanded investments in mental health, school safety, and enhanced background checks for gun buyers under 21. At least 10 Republican senators support the framework, which ensures it can move forward in the Senate if all 50 Democrats back the plan.
Mr. President, any comment on the gun reform deal?
President Biden said he would sign it if it comes to his desk, but the National Rifle Association warned the NRA will continue to oppose any effort to insert gun control policies that deprive law-abiding citizens of their fundamental right to protect themselves. Sunday's announcement came a day after protesters gathered in several cities across the country to demand stronger gun laws. Some gun control advocates want even tougher measures, but many say the agreement is a step in the right direction. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The House also passed wide-ranging gun control packages last week, mostly along party lines, including a ban on the sale of large-capacity magazines and one that raises the minimum age to buy a semi-automatic rifle from 18 to 21.
Also this afternoon, one person dead, another critically injured after a shooting outside a hospital in Atlanta. It happened at Grady Memorial Hospital, and police say the shooting stemmed from some kind of family dispute that originated in DeKalb County. They don't have much to say about what that dispute was about or what caused the situation to escalate there at the hospital, but family members showed up outside the ER there, and shots were fired.
What we do know is
is that its incident started in DeKalb County. And some family members from that incident showed up outside of Grady emergency room. There was a dispute that then escalated to gunfire.
Officers are searching for 3 shooters who left that scene in a dark-colored vehicle. Gas prices hitting all-time highs all around the country and here at home. The national average over $5 a gallon. Today, Georgia sitting at $4.48. Across the river, South Carolina looking right at $4.60. In Augusta, we're seeing around $4.39 at the pump. Surprisingly, a penny less than yesterday, but it's progress.
Yeah, we'll take every penny. South Carolina voters will be hitting the polls just like in May. If you need to know your polling site, we've done the homework for you, and we've posted it for you on our website, Wrdw.com.
A lot of money for a good cause. Today, Paceline presenting 6 cancer researchers with grants at AU Health. It's all to help research to improve cancer prevention, advance treatments, and to have more breakthroughs with their patients. A jury of doctors and researchers review 20 project applications. Only 6 are chosen for the grants. They range from racial disparities in cancer to a mobile cancer molecular biology lab.
A lot of our research, not only, like I said, is biological, but it's translational in nature. We have several projects that focus on healthy lifestyle, and then we'll be conducting and building lifestyle interventions so that they can get the research, they can get the resources, and start living a healthier life for longer periods of time.
Last year, Paceline was able to raise more than $330,000, allowing them to fund 6 different cancer research projects. Well, with the heat hitting us all this week, it's all about staying cool, staying safe. We're going to look at some of the places all around the area working hard to do that this summer. Riley?
Well, officially, we hit 97 this afternoon for an afternoon high. Tomorrow, we're going with a high of 102. We'll see how long this heat sticks around. That full forecast next. All the way through Friday.
We think it could do better, Riley. We're going to get it back to us. Not acceptable. Yeah. With the extreme heat, everybody's looking to stay cool, and AU Health says kids are more at risk when it comes to these heat-related illnesses.
Our Will Volk shows us how kids are staying cool this summer.
Under this hot sun, an oasis.
I thought immediately we got to get some water, and so that's where the splash pad. We're going to all of them this week.
Amaris Myers plans to take the kids to splash pads all over the area this week. With weather this hot, she believes it's a great way to keep them cool before going straight to the pool.
We are getting ready to start swimming lessons, so just to try to get them used to the water.
And it's this water, this cool water, rushing from the earth that brings families out, like Andy Swimmer and his granddaughter.
It is a hot day, and it's going to get even hotter, and she loves the water.
He's happy to have places like this to take her. And he says they'll be back a few more times this week.
And the kids are clearly having a great time.
And it's hot, and what better way to cool off, right?
At the splash pad, Will Volk on your side.
I don't blame him one bit for that. I mean, you know, you're shooting the story, you think, boy, that looks like it feels great, doesn't it? You got to run through.
Right. Whether you're in a bathing suit or an actual
suit.
Yeah. At least you lost the jacket for that. There are splash pads in North Augusta, and Columbia County, so all over the place for you to enjoy.
It looked great, didn't it? A lot of fun out there.
Of course, yes. Good for you, Will. Yeah. We sent the big kid to cover the story.
We support that all the way. Okay, the first of its kind trip for a Georgia choir. We're going to look at their impressive journey when First at 5 continues.
The Live Ike.
We have an update to a story we told you about in the last half hour. The coroner in Aiken County releasing the name of the person killed in a deadly crash in Aiken County today. The coroner says 56-year-old Sandra Robinson of Aiken died when her car crashed on Edgefield Highway around lunchtime. Highway Patrol says Robinson's car crossed the center line and hit a tree.
The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs says nearly 20 veterans die by suicide every single day, but groups in South Georgia are reaching out this month to lower that statistic. John's Mission for 22, an organization in Berrien County, helps veterans and their families who struggle with mental illness as they adjust to civilian life. The co-founder's son was a veteran who took his own life, and Mom wishes she knew how to help him.
My daughter-in-law told me after my son's passing was, you never saw the Jonathan I saw. And that was heartbreaking for me because you, as a mom, you know your child.
Their website includes national hotlines and websites for everyone to use. John's mission for 22's goal is for veterans to be remembered, and she promises no one will be forgotten as long as she shares their family stories.
South Carolina's Kindergarten Readiness Program has been awarded more than $950 million. First Steps, a summertime initiative that offers a range of programs to work one-on-one with kids. The Countdown to Kindergarten program also includes online resources to prepare them for the school year. And there are in-person events where families can get advice on preparing those 5-year-olds for the next level.
Things like self-help skills, like brushing your teeth in the morning and being able to put on your clothes. The ability to handle small objects like scissors and a pencil or a crayon.
Moore also says parents believe the summer program will help those kids get excited about the upcoming school year.
It's not every day we get local high schoolers committing to UGA to play collegiate sports, but for one Evans cross-country runner, that dream just became a reality. Sports director Nick Wrdw joins us live in the studio with more on her story.
Evans' Simone Rojas wasn't always a cross-country runner. She didn't pick up the sport until 6th grade. She also didn't grow up a Georgia fan. Her mom's a Nebraska Cornhusker, so she grew up bleeding red and white. But now she gets ready to head off to college. She'll do so as a cross-country runner for the Dogs. Rojas put pen to paper back in December, getting her recruitment process done nice and early. She says once she stepped on UGA's campus, everything felt right, and she knew that's where she wanted to be. She's had quite the career at Evans, making it to states all 4 years and winning it her senior season, a moment she calls her proudest high school achievement. After conquering the biggest stage in high school, her focus now shifts to the next level.
It's really crazy. I didn't think I'd end up somewhere as big as UGA, but the closer it gets, the more excited I'm getting. It's just going to be so many new experiences and so many new friends and people and, you know, a whole new running training experience, and I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Much more on my interview with Simone coming up on News 12 at 11 o'clock.
Thanks for that. Choir students near Savannah just returned from a huge tour overseas. They actually performed in St. Peter's Basilica at the Vatican.
Can you imagine? Flynn Snyder tells us about their once-in-a-lifetime experience.
It was a performance unlike anything choir members at Richmond Hill High School have done before.
You see pictures, oh, that looks great, but then once we were there, it just was so surreal.
32 students getting to perform across Italy, singing for crowds of worshipers at the Vatican and other religious sites.
I can't even begin to explain how it felt to be in front of hundreds of people. The lights are glimmering on all like the golden foil and the mosaics and all the paintings, and it's just gorgeous.
It was the first international trip ever for the school's choir. One they say helped them not only experience new cultures, but also grow closer to each other.
There's no other group of people than the ones that I performed with that will really understand what the whole experience was like.
And for choir director Janet Wooten, the final performance at the Vatican signaled an ending of sorts for some members, many of whom are graduating.
I mean, there wasn't a dry eye in the choir, just the emotion, the spirit that was in the room. And I think at that moment, the students realized, like, wow, we worked for this, and now we're here. This is really happening.
An ending to a musical journey that brought students from an area known for its small town feel to some of the world's largest churches.
But in the end, music is a universal language. So when we're performing the Mass or we're performing with the other high school, we're able to connect through music.
Many of those graduating students say they want to move on and become music teachers themselves, hoping to instill the same memories in their own students.
Well, for the rest of the work week, we're expecting high temperatures near 100. Not until the weekend we finally get a little bit closer to average. Having a look at that 7-day for you just after the break.
Riley, thanks. We are continuing to track those hot temperatures and what resources are available right now for those in need. A quick look at that after the break.